The nation's longest reigning monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, passed away aged 96 at her private royal residence in the Scottish Highlands, one of her favourite places, surrounded by close family who rushed to be at her side. The Prince of Wales is now king, having acceded to the throne immediately on the death of his mother. In a statement, the palace said, "The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen Consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow." Tributes to the monarch from all over the world began to pour in following the announcement. Britain will enter a period of national mourning for the Queen, who dedicated her life to royal duty. The long-held so-called London Bridge plans for the coming days and the Queen's state funeral will now be put in place, as will the contingency element Operation Unicorn for a death in Scotland. The Queen is expected to lie in state in a few days' time, with her funeral held in Westminster Abbey in central London in around 10 days. Queen Elizabeth death. Updates as tributes flood in from around globe. The Queen has died, surrounded by her loved ones, as tributes pour in from across the globe. The UK will now enter a 10-day period of mourning, with the Queen's funeral being held on the 10th day. Earlier today, the palace shared a rare update saying doctors were concerned about the head of state's health. A palace spokesman said in a statement just after 12:30 p.m, "Following further evaluation this morning, the Queen's doctors are concerned for Her Majesty's health and have recommended she remain under medical supervision. The Queen remains comfortable and at Balmoral. Prince Charles, the Duchess of Cornwall, Prince William, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, Prince Edward and the Countess of Wessex all headed to be at the Queen's bedside. Prince Harry, who is currently in the UK with Meghan Markle as part of a mini-European tour, also travelled to Balmoral to be with his grandmother while the Duchess stayed behind. She may join her husband at a later point. Meanwhile, the Duchess of Cambridge remained in Windsor with Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, who had their first full day at their new school today. An RAF plane landed in Aberdeen just before 4 p.m. carrying the Duke of Cambridge, the Duke of York and the Wessexes. Prince William drove the royals as part of a fleet of cars which arrived at Balmoral soon after 5 p.m. Crowds began gathering outside Buckingham Palace this afternoon on a bleak day in central London where more than 1,000 well-wishers had congregated by 6 p.m. People sang the national anthem with many weeping after the flag was lowered to half-mast. Alongside her public duties, the Queen was also a mother of 4, grandmother to 8 and great-grandmother of 12 great-grandchildren. She was one of the most famous women in the world, known for her colourful outfits and distinctive wave as well as her love of horses and corgis. She had a deep Christian faith, and as a long-reigning constitutional monarch, her knowledge was unparalleled. The new king is expected to speak to the nation and lead the tributes to his beloved mother. Concern for the Queen's health had been heightened in the past year but escalated today following the palace's statement. She had been suffering from ongoing mobility issues and rarely carried out engagements outside of her royal residences in recent months. Buckingham Palace has declined to give an ongoing commentary on the monarch's health. She looked bright but frail when she appointed Liz Truss as Prime Minister at Balmoral Castle on Tuesday. It was a busy day for the head of state, who also accepted the resignation of Boris Johnson at her private royal residence in Aberdeenshire. The Queen postponed a virtual Privy Council meeting on Wednesday after being advised by royal doctors to rest. It comes after the monarch celebrated her historic Platinum Jubilee milestone of 70 years on the throne this year. During the celebrations, she only travelled to Buckingham Palace twice, making appearances on the balcony for Trooping the Colour and the pageant finale to the delight of royal fans. The Queen had been mainly based at Windsor Castle since the COVID pandemic struck back in March 2020. She spent a night in hospital for tests last October and missed a series of key royal engagements after being ordered by doctors to rest. She caught COVID in February and experienced mild cold-like symptoms. The Queen is the only British monarch to have celebrated a Platinum Jubilee, with her reign stretching from the post-war years into the 21st century. She used her Jubilee milestone to set her affairs in order, backing former royal mistress Camilla to be Queen Consort when Charles is king. However, she faced royal troubles in recent years, including Megxit and the scandal over Prince Andrew. The Queen's beloved husband Prince Philip, who she was married to for 73 years, died in April 2021. Princess Elizabeth Alexandra Mary of York was born at 2:40 a.m. on April 21, 1926 in London. She was never expected to be queen, but her uncle Edward VIII abdicated in 1936, leaving her father as King George VI. On her 21st birthday, she vowed in a radio broadcast that "My whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service." The princess was just 25 when she became queen.